Xo has explained why she removed the podcast episode in which she first spoke extensively about her split from Jelly Roll. And according to her, the decision was not about hiding the divorce or denying what she previously said. She claimed the episode had already earned approximately $100,000, but she no longer wanted one of the most painful periods of her life preserved as a permanent headline. The question now is what the deletion actually changes, and what it does not. The explanation came during a July 2026 installment of Bunnie's Dumb Blonde podcast. She said the deleted episode had served an emotional purpose when she recorded it, and that her comments were honest to the place she was in at that moment. But she also said she had since moved emotionally and did not want the divorce to become the defining story attached to her name. For verified entertainment updates without the rumors, subscribe to Startline Entertainment. That distinction matters because removing an episode can easily create a new wave of speculation. Some viewers may assume a deleted discussion was inaccurate, legally challenged, or removed at another person's request. Bunnie did not publicly give any of those explanations. Instead, she framed the choice as part of her attempt to heal, evolve, and stop living inside the same painful public moment. She also said the episode had become one of her most viewed releases and claimed it generated around $100,000. Her argument was straightforward. Had money and traffic been the priority, she could have left the episode online and continued profiting from the attention. She said she valued her ability to move forward more than the continued revenue. That does not mean Bunnie is withdrawing everything she said during the original episode. In her newer explanation, she described the deleted recording as real and honest for that time in her life. She said her intention was not to pretend the breakup never happened or maliciously conceal information. She simply did not want the episode to define her indefinitely. The deleted installment was originally released shortly after news of the divorce became public in June. During that discussion, Bunnie addressed how the marriage ended, disputed several rumors, and described the unconventional relationship she expected to maintain with Jelly Roll after the legal split. She said no current cheating caused the breakup and referred to Jelly Roll as her best friend. The legal timeline began before the public announcement. Court records reviewed by People reportedly showed that Jelly Roll, whose legal name is Jason DeFord, filed for divorce in Williamson County, Tennessee, on May 18, 2026. The filing listed May 9th as the date of separation and cited irreconcilable differences. The couple had been married for nearly a decade. Bunnie later said the final rupture followed an argument around Mother's Day weekend. That account came from her own podcast discussion and explains her perspective, while the publicly reported filing establishes the legal date and grounds. Neither source alone provides a complete private account of the marriage. The couple's breakup attracted additional attention because their public relationship had appeared supportive only months earlier. They attended major events together in early 2026, and Jelly Roll publicly thanked Bunnie during his Grammy acceptance speech. The filing therefore marked a sharp public change, even though neither person has claimed the problems began overnight. Bunnie's newest comments add another layer to that timeline. She said people observing her behavior after the separation may believe she moved forward quickly, but she claimed she had already been grieving the loss of the marriage for approximately a year. That is her description of her emotional experience, not a separately verifiable timeline of when the relationship effectively ended. She also described periods of severe emotional distress behind the scenes. Those remarks were intensely personal, and they explain why she may no longer want the deleted episode functioning as an endlessly replayed record of her lowest point. They should not be used to diagnose her health or to turn private suffering into the central entertainment hook. This is also not the first time Bunnie has spoken publicly about vulnerability in the relationship. She referenced a previous separation in 2018 and said she had been highly open about that period. In the newer episode, she indicated that experience affected how she chose to present herself this time. The history of the marriage is important because the current divorce cannot be reduced to one deleted podcast. Bunnie and Jelly Roll met in 2015 and married in Las Vegas in 2016. They later renewed their vows in 2023. Their public story included career growth, family responsibilities, past marital difficulties, and plans to expand their family. Jelly Roll is the father of 2 children from previous relationships, and Bunnie has long described herself as an active parental figure, particularly in his daughter Bailey's life. When the divorce news became public, Bailey criticized the level of public intrusion into what she described as a private family matter. One of the most unusual parts of the post-separation story is Bunnie's claim that she and Jelly Roll still intend to have a child together and co-parent after the divorce. During the now-removed June discussion, she said they had remained close and were still moving forward with their family plan. That is a stated intention, not confirmation that a pregnancy or birth arrangement has been completed. The couple had publicly discussed fertility treatment before separating. In 2024 and 2025, Bunnie spoke about exploring in vitro fertilization and eventually using a surrogate. She said they wanted a child together while continuing to support Jelly Roll's existing children. Their plan to remain connected after divorce has contributed to confusion among viewers accustomed to more conventional breakup narratives. Bunnie has repeatedly characterized their relationship as unconventional and said the legal end of the marriage does not erase their friendship or family bond. Whether those plans remain unchanged will depend on future statements and developments. Jelly Roll also addressed one major rumor publicly. During an onstage comment following the divorce news, he said neither person cheated on the other in connection with the current separation. Bunnie had made the same assertion on her podcast. Those statements do not rewrite every difficult event in the couple's past, but they do mean current infidelity should not be presented as the confirmed reason for the 2026 filing. Bunnie additionally rejected online claims linking her romantically to Nickelback singer Chad Kroeger. She said they were not dating and criticized the speculation. More recent coverage has included her socializing and kissing another public figure, but she has continued to say she is not in a new committed relationship. Those side stories help explain why she may be trying to control how much of her identity becomes permanently attached to divorce coverage. Once a high-profile separation becomes public, virtually every appearance, friendship, and social media post can be interpreted through that lens. Her deletion appears to be an attempt to limit that cycle, not to erase the legal reality of the filing. This is an inference based on her stated desire not to become defined by the divorce. The money figure has naturally become the headline-grabbing detail. A creator voluntarily deleting content after claiming it generated 6 figures is unusual. But the larger point of her explanation was not the amount itself. She used the money to demonstrate that she believed leaving the episode online would benefit her financially, while removing it better served her personal boundaries. There are still limitations to what can be confirmed. The claimed $100,000 earnings figure comes from Bunnie herself. No public platform statement, advertising report, or independent financial record was supplied to verify the exact amount. It should therefore be described as her claim rather than an audited fact. It is also unclear whether the original episode has been removed from every platform or only from Bunnie's official distribution channels. Copies, reaction videos, and quoted excerpts may remain elsewhere online. Her decision concerns the version under her control, but complete erasure from the internet is unlikely once a widely viewed episode is already circulated. Another open question is how much of the divorce has been finalized. Bunnie said in June that she and Jelly Roll were settling matters quickly, and outside legal commentary suggested that the initial filing appeared cooperative. However, commentary from a lawyer not involved in the case cannot confirm the parties' private negotiations or final terms. What is officially reported is narrower. Jelly Roll filed in Tennessee, listed irreconcilable differences, and identified May 9th as the separation date. Public reporting has not established every financial, property, or long-term family arrangement. The Startline takeaway is that Bunnie Xo's deletion should not be presented as proof that the original divorce episode was false. Her new explanation says almost the opposite. She maintains that the episode was authentic to her feelings at the time, but she no longer wants to remain emotionally or publicly frozen in that version of herself. What changed is her boundary around permanence. At first, transparency meant recording a detailed response while the breakup was fresh. Weeks later, growth meant removing that response, even though it was performing well. Viewers can debate the decision, but the reason she publicly offered was healing, rather than secrecy. What viewers should not assume is that Jelly Roll ordered the removal, that lawyers forced it down, that the divorce was fabricated, or that the couple secretly reconciled. None of those claims has been officially established in the sources reviewed. The verified summary is this. Jelly Roll filed for divorce on May 18, 2026, after nearly 10 years of marriage. Bunnie released a detailed podcast response after the news became public, then removed that episode. In July, she said she did so because she did not want a painful chapter to become her permanent headline, even though she claimed the episode had earned around $100,000. Their legal marriage is ending, but both have publicly denied that current cheating caused the split, and Bunnie has continued describing Jelly Roll as an important friend and future co-parent. Whether their unconventional post-divorce plans continue exactly as described remains the next part of the story to watch.